Hi, welcome to Food for Life, where the food isn't just for the belly. I'm Jennifer Shepler, and today's topic is about giving permission. Okay, so we'll get into that a little bit deeper, obviously, in a minute after we discuss our housekeeping, which is I'm human and I'm not perfect about everything in life. Sometimes I wish I was, but doing videos can be a little bit of a challenge, and I'm getting through that. So sometimes that means I might embarrass myself with pronouncing something wrong or maybe explaining a situation or a definition of something, and I might be off a little bit. So I encourage you to correct me and just post a comment about that error, and I'll be more than happy to oblige and correct that. And so with this video, I'm asking for grace and forgiveness as I would with you if you were going through the same thing. So today's topic is about giving permission, and I'll tell you, it was an interesting situation that I've just discovered, and uh, and it was all by accident. I ended up going to an outing and had some friends with me, and we were just talking about everyday situational things. And my thing was in an agreement on a topic about how people communicate. And so I like to think that I'm a big communicator. I'm pretty clear about if I don't understand something, I need to know. And so I dig until I get the answer. And so this discussion was producing those sorts of fruits and different ideas and thoughts that people have. And so one of the topics was when we're doing something wrong, how come our friends can't tell us what we're doing wrong? And so I gave an example of a time when I asked, what is it that I'm doing wrong? What can I change? And the response wasn't quite what I was expecting. And that's what I was wondering with you. If you had that situation where you get a response, you ask for clarification or knowledge, and then the response you get is like either ignored, no response, or maybe a change of a subject. And so that kind of indicates that they don't have an answer for you. They don't know, or they're scared to tell you, well, I just don't know. I don't know how to answer that. And so there's a form of an issue with communication. So then I was letting them know that I'm the type of person who wants to know. And so I heard another friend just chime in the word, well, you gave them permission. And I'm like, wait a minute, say that again. Well, you gave them permission to tell you what you want to hear. And I'm like, bingo, I never even thought of that. I never thought about sitting with some friends, which I think now is something that maybe we should all do if we're in the point in our life where we want to make changes within us to become a better person. And that's exactly where I'm at in my life. I want to be a better person. And so there are some things that come out. We all have garbage that comes out of our lives or out of our mouth or out of our thinking and so in order to change those bad behaviors or perspectives, you have to know what it is that's wrong so that you can change it. And so one of the things that I've been challenging my friends is tell me what I'm doing wrong. But what I didn't realize, and which I still have to think about, is the worldly thinking. And most people who can't answer that are one, afraid to let you know that they don't know the answer. I'm not sure where that comes from. Maybe that's something within themselves. Or two, they're afraid that they're going to offend you because, like, let's admit, everybody gets offense pretty quickly. I mean, I've actually had a situation in my life where I'm in the negative realm, okay, at that point, before I woke up and found Jesus. I would say, well, what's wrong with me? And then they would say, well, you're needy. And then I would go, how rude. Well, I mean, didn't I ask them what was wrong with me? My mind just wasn't there. I wasn't thinking clearly. Now that I've woken up and I think clearly, it all makes sense. I basically asked them permission to tell me what was wrong with me. And rightfully so, they told me. That person was a good person because they didn't care about not knowing if they had the answer, and they were honest about telling me. And that's what I needed to hear. I needed to hear what their opinion was when I asked them what was wrong. But my problem, though, was that I turned around and took offense to what he said. And that's a character defect. Taking offense is taking things personally, and that means there's something wrong with your heart. So I realized that maybe we all need to be a little bit more direct with our friends if we're in the state of mind where we want to be better people. And so I need to start just be more direct and say, so, hey, you, I'm going to use the word Sally. Sally, I'm glad we're becoming friends. And one of the things that I'm doing in my journey is trying to become a better person. So, Sally, I'd like to give you permission to call me out when I'm doing something that's unethical or immoral, or that is hurting the person that Jesus created me to be. And so when you give somebody permission to do that, there's no room for offense because I'm clear that I've given you, Sally, permission to tell me something's wrong. And then if I'm staying in the truth to myself that I want to be a better person, I want to listen to that person's advice, then I'm going to go home and say, Sally, I appreciated you telling me that advice, and I'm going to meditate on that and pray about it. And then I'll get my answer, and then I know then what I can do to fix it. So I think if we were more mindful about letting our friends know that they have our permission to point out something that isn't right, that we are freed from the worldly thinking of assumptions and feeling the need to fix you or any kind of offenses. And that would be a key, is to be more authentic and more direct about giving permission to help us become better people. And so I thought that was really good. So I came up with a verse for that today, and that is in Proverbs 18:15. Intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. And that is a really good one. And I'm not putting that on here because I think I'm intelligent. What it's basically saying is those people that are out and wanting to be better people and they're fixing themselves are intelligent because they're looking for the information and the ingredients to become that person. And that is knowledgeable, that's wise, and that makes you intelligent. So I hope you feel intelligent after that scripture. And to remember that giving permission to fix you or fix a situation makes everybody feel a lot more at ease when a situation does arise, and you can be more vocal about it and be a little bit more patient with each other and use your communication skills to get the point across in a loving way. So with that, we're going to do a draw for the day and see what comes up. Just random. I love these random ones because sometimes they just really tie into a conversation. Those are the ones I find that are the most fun. So I've chosen Romans 12:12, and it says, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction," which causes pain or suffering. I thought some people may not know what affliction is. "Faithful in prayer." So I'll read that again since I threw in that definition. Romans 12:12, "Be joyful in hope, patience in affliction, faithful in prayer." So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Have faith in prayer, in your prayers, and be hopeful and be encouraging by using communication to get your point across in a loving way. And maybe our lives will be a little bit better off. Now, it happens to be that the friend that mentioned about the giving permission is a friend that I met at church, and we have decided to do some collaboration together. And she does interviews with other women who have had similar stories to mine, who have also found freedom in their life. And so her channel is called Arise with Grace by Pheonix Grace, and her link will be in my show notes. So if you want to get some more hope and hear some more experiences, that would be a great place to go. And you can also learn a little bit about my back history if you look at episode number 5. I just can't remember quite the title of it, something about hidden now seen. So my episode is number 5, and we're collaborating together. So check out her link, and maybe you'll find some inspiring stories to help maybe find more peace in your life. Until next time, I hope you have a great day. Thank you and be blessed.